So a reminder that this session will be recorded and will be uploaded to our YouTube channel at Sunway Tech Club. So you guys can always refer in the future. I hope everyone have had their dinners and is excited as we are for today's event. If you still haven't had your dinner, you can grab your meal, grab a drink, and sit back and enjoy our webinar today, an introduction to blockchain. Okay, we'll be starting in exactly 30 seconds. And from the speaker himself, there's an FYI, it requires your computer, so any web browser for later on, so do prepare, but it's a bit later on, so don't worry, just a reminder. And yeah, without further ado, I think we're going to start. Mr. Speaker, will you please share the screen? All right, so welcome everyone to our Web3 event. It's called Introduction to Blockchain. My name is Cheng, and I will be your host today. This guest speaker today, his name is Joshua Ahimas. He is currently pursuing a master's degree in computer science at Sunway University. He is a Web3 and full stack developer, has been a crypto investor since 2013, with 2 years of experience in Web3 dev, and also 4 years of total experience as a web developer. He started his programming journey from making Minecraft mods back in 2012 in Java, and grew a passion for minimalist UI UX and crypto. He's also the founder of the original Sunway Minecraft channel, the Sunway Minecraft server, aka the Survival Asia Minecraft. Without further ado, everyone please give a round of applause to Joshua Ahimas. Josh, take it away.
Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining today's little learning session. Hope you all had your dinner, or at least having it right now. So today's talk will be about Web 3.0. This includes blockchains, tokens, and even jobs. So whether you're new to Web 3.0, getting to know it more, or looking to get a job in it, I'll hopefully cover it all for you and be happy to answer any questions later. So I just want a confirmation in chat. Can everybody see the screen that I'm sharing right now?
Yep, it's clear. Nice and clear, Josh.
All right, perfect. So we'll move on. And let me just change my avatar since we are entering the metaverse. Right, so now you're going to see me as this handsome fox. All right, so as Web3 is roughly etched and everyone has their own opinion, feel free to counter me anytime in chat with anything, as I'm always open to criticism and happy to learn new things as well. So anyways, hey everyone. I'm Josh, and I'm currently studying my master's in computer science at Sunway. So I'm also a Web3 developer working mainly on a crypto wallet and Web3 applications, or dApps, that implement chains into their sites. And I've been in the Web3 scene for quite a few years now, but moved on to the development side around 2 years ago. Other than that, I'm just a regular student like everyone here. So moving forward, to know what's to come, we need to know what happened in the past and what's happening in the present. Let's get started with a brief recap of the different webs. So starting in 1989, aka the birth of the internet, the term Web 1.0 was coined by Tim Berners-Lee, the inventor of the World Wide Web. Having very little content creators, most of the users were just consumers to created content. Having a personal web page was common, but they were just plain static pages. Some say this was mainly the read-only stage of the internet, a big encyclopedia of sorts. So the web at this time was built more around company focus, though there were some senses of the future with shopping carts and old e-commerce sites. These static pages mainly consisted of HTML and really bare-bones CSS. As with most things, Web 1.0 ended in 2004 and brought with it the birth of the current Web 2.0. So, the internet moves on to its prime and current stage, Web 2.0. Interactivity is now duplex, meaning it goes both ways. Content creators boom and everyone has a portfolio, blog, web page, e-commerce shop, and an Instagram for their dog. The web is out of the hands of companies, even though we're still technically ruled by the giants, and now in the hands of the community. Reddit, TikTok, and other sites where you spend more time on than your actual work pop up and take over. Websites look even more beautiful and interactive as JavaScript and CSS completely revamp everything. Interactivity has been blown out of proportion with VR and 3D stuff. So now everyone is monetized. Lots of money is being made off the internet, and the whole world pretty much runs on it. Now, with the coming future, we have Web 3.0. With no date to launch, since this really isn't a product, Web 3.0 has been shaped at this very moment. Being the literal new internet, I won't be able to cover every single thing offered by Web 3.0, as something new might even release tomorrow, though I will introduce you to the main things. So we've got blockchains, which the Web 3.0 is built upon. We've got tokens and smart contracts, how to install your first wallet, and how to get a job in this booming industry. All right, let's begin with the foundation of Web3, the blockchains. To understand this further, we need to split it up into two terms. So we first got block. So blocks are data structures with a blockchain database where transaction data and cryptocurrency are permanently recorded. A block records some or all of most recent transactions not yet validated by the network. Once the data is validated, the block is closed. Then a new block is created for new transactions to be entered and validated. They are a permanent record with a unique block number to identify and be viewed on blockchain explorers for the specific chains. Within the block are ledger of transactions. These transactions contain quite a lot of elements, even custom to the chain. Though most transactions will have the basic information, such as a transaction ID, a version, the transaction data, a nonce, timestamp, and the previous block hash. These blocks are created when miners and block validators successfully validate the nonce. That funny word I just said, nonce, stands for numbers only used once. This is the first number of a blockchain. This is the first number a blockchain miner needs to discover before solving for a block in the blockchain. Once the mathematical computations are solved by the miner, they are gifted with cryptocurrency for their time and skill. Now, as with the word chain, all the blocks within the blockchain are securely linked together with cryptography. Each block contains a cryptographic hash of the previous block, a timestamp, and transaction data, generally represented as a Merkle tree, where the data nodes are represented by leaves. Now you must be wondering, Josh, where is this blockchain stored? There's so much data. How could it fit onto a server? Imagine that a company owns a warehouse building that contains all these computers under one roof. Now, each of these computers have information contained within them. This, however, provides a single point of failure. What happens if the electricity goes out? What if the internet connection is cut? What if it burns to the ground? In any case, the data is lost or corrupted. Of course, in a real world situation, this would be dumb. They'd have to have data backed up in multiple places. Though with that comes the blockchain, which pretty much does it for you. That's where the beauty of Web3 and blockchains come in. It's all decentralized, meaning it's stored everywhere. What a blockchain does is it allows data to be held in said database to be spread out among several network nodes at various locations. Now, nodes can be your computer or different servers all around the world. Because of this, the information and history, such as the transactions of a cryptocurrency on the blockchain, are irreversible. Such a record could be a list of transactions, such as the cryptocurrency, but it is also possible for a blockchain to hold a variety of information, such as legal contracts, state identifications, or a company's product inventory. So any update to one node will update on all the other nodes as well. This keeps all the nodes in the blockchain in sync. This not only creates redundancy, but also maintains the fidelity of the data stored therein. So if somebody tries to alter a record at one instance of the database, the other nodes would not be altered, and thus would prevent a bad actor from doing so. For example, if one user tampers with Bitcoin's record of transactions, all the others would cross-reference each other and easily pinpoint the node with the incorrect information. This system helps to establish an exact and transparent order of events. This way, no single node within the network can alter information held within. In short, if you took an ugly selfie and put it on the blockchain, let's just say it's going to be there forever, till the end of time. So I know I've been throwing some jargon around, and before I go further, let me explain a few terms that you may see in this presentation or even in the real world when dealing with crypto. Wallets, the cornerstone of your Web3 experience. Although it is exactly what you think it is, a place to hold all the different cryptos and tokens, your wallet is also your identity. So whatever transactions you make, send, sign, will all be linked back to this wallet and can be viewed on the Explorer. You are your wallet. It represents you on the blockchain. That randomly generated phrase, which I'm not sure if you can see in the background of every slide, is actually my crypto wallet. I've just made it a little bit more visible in this slide. So though you don't necessarily need to have just one wallet, you can have multiple wallets per blockchain. Think of yourself as a spy with multiple identities. So later in this talk, I will show you how to create your very own wallet with a little reward as well. So stay tuned. All right, Blockchain Explorer. So a Blockchain Explorer is like the Google of a blockchain. Every blockchain most likely has its own Explorer for anybody to view every single transaction and block that's ever made on a blockchain. Some of these explorers offer APIs for companies and people who would like to utilize that information on the blockchain, such as to build their own dApp. An example on the screen is the Blockchain Explorer for everything that's located on the Binance Smart Chain, which is a type of blockchain for the Binance token. On the other hand, we have exchanges. As the name implies, it's a middle ground for users to exchange assets which they have. Instead of buying from the exchange or selling to the exchange, you're selling your assets and waiting for another person to buy that amount of crypto that you're selling. Exchanges also offer trading. Even though buying and selling is a form of trading, there are more variations of this, such as futures and loaning. Of course, this would be more towards a workshop on trading itself, so we'll skip over that for now. Another nice aspect of exchanges is that they act as a wallet to hold your cryptos, though generally we wouldn't call these safe, as a few exchanges have had security breaches in the past, for those who don't secure their accounts at least. So these wallets don't have much features as your own external wallet, which was explained earlier. So think of the exchange wallet as a student ID. You can use it for transactions within the exchange, but anywhere else, it's pretty useless. Now, forks. Forks is a common term used in development as well. It is a diversion or a change of protocol. Think of it as a part splitting in two. If the part rejoins eventually, it's a soft fork. If the part splits off and goes into a completely new direction, it's a hard fork. The same applies to blockchains. A hard fork is essentially taking everything from the blockchain and going down a whole new path, utilizing the existing functions and building upon it. It can never go back to the old blockchain anymore. A soft fork is more of a slight diversion, adding new functions and features to a currently existing blockchain down a separate path, but eventually joining back. All right, with the basics of a blockchain, what can we do with this funny stuff? Besides sounding cool, blockchains introduce various awesome financial and non-financial features to people. So we've got decentralized finance. Being the biggest disruption in blockchain technology, decentralized finance, or DeFi for short, has improved the old financial procedures but pioneered new concepts. Using this, people may transact via the blockchain technology without the need for a third party or middleman, such as a validating agent. Ethereum was the first blockchain to bring DeFi to the public attention. Now, DeFi also introduces other usages for the blockchain, some of which are on this list as well. So maybe you've got a friend halfway around the world. No problem. Just send him money through crypto over the blockchain, and voila, the money's right in his wallet straight away. Of course, he will have to withdraw it, but there are plenty of ways to do that as well through exchanges. This beats the whole middleman of having to send money through a bank, which may even take days, and a nice chunk of fees. Of course, we do have TransferWise and PayPal, but have you seen the fees on PayPal lately? That is crazy. Now, insurance companies are in love with blockchains. It helps automate underwriting, which is an evaluation of risk, through smart contracts, which I'll explain later on. So it automates claim settlements, data verification, as well as reduce fraud and abuse with traceability and accountability. So using the power of synchronization, blockchains provide all parties within a respective supply chain with access to the same information, potentially reducing communication or transfer data errors. Less time can be spent validating data, and more time can be spent on delivering goods and services, either by improving quality, reducing costs, or both. Blockchain has the potential to revolutionize accounting practices and the way we calculate tax. It can also be transformational from the standpoint of increased efficiency. Processing speeds will be much faster. Data and transaction reconciliation will no longer need to exist. And data reporting will eventually become more reliable and real-time. Moving on, we have voting. Blockchain can solve one of the biggest issues in the power of democracy, which is voting fraud, bringing the transparency yet privacy, no more manipulation and recording areas, and it's easy for everyone to access. Now, blockchain technology can also be used to develop a standard security protocol. As its sounder alternative to an end-to-end encryption, it can be also used to make secure private messaging by forming a unified API framework to enable cross-messenger communication capabilities. Now, this is a little more in-depth for all you networking students. Now, another big part of blockchains is their native and non-native tokens. So a crypto token is a virtual currency token or a denomination of cryptocurrency. It represents a tradable asset or utility that resides on its own blockchain and allows the holder to use it for investment or economic purposes. Simply put, it's a virtual currency or a token that you can use within the blockchain itself. An example of this would be the cool Epic Gamer shop that offers you to pay in Epic Gamer tokens as a currency. You can trade your real-world currency for the Epic Gamer tokens and purchase items from the Gamer shop. Now you must be asking, Josh, why don't you just use real currency to purchase this stuff? Well, the benefit comes from the token itself. There could be that you could stake this Epic Gamer token in the Epic Gamer shop liquidity to gain more tokens, while practically investing into the Epic Gamer shop, allowing it to grow. You could hold tokens for a longer time and watch its value rise as more users buy from the Epic Gamer shop. Even holding a certain amount of Epic Gamer tokens could give you the benefits in the shop, like a premier status or discount prices and other cool things. This way, both parties benefit from the token itself. Now, how different is a fiat than crypto? So fiat is basically real world currency. Now, fiat such as the US dollar or Malaysian ringgit are all government issued and governed by the central bank. Transactions will almost always require some form of intermediary, such as a bank, though there is a possibility of chargebacks. And for some reasons, this may be good, but it is also a common method of scamming. Now, crypto, on the other hand, is nearly fully decentralized, governed by a majority vote or circumstantial to the network itself. It requires no middleman for transactions, making it completely peer-to-peer. And it has no forms of chargebacks, which means once that money is sent, it's sent for good. Again, this could be bad in some cases. Now, I had mentioned insurances love using blockchains because of the smart contracts, the brains of the blockchains, pretty much. So smart contracts are essentially a big object that contains multiple conditional functions. Networks of computers execute the actions when predetermined conditions have been met and verified. These actions could include releasing funds to appropriate parties, registering a vehicle, sending notifications, or issuing a ticket. The blockchain is updated when a new transaction is complete. That means the transaction cannot be changed, and only the parties who have been granted permission can see the results. So there are many benefits of using smart contracts. They are fast and accurate, since all the conditions are predetermined. There isn't unnecessary processing as well. They're transparent, so everyone can view the smart contract code to determine the outcome of each condition. It's secure, since they're on the blockchain with encryption. It's near impossible to crack, and since it's distributed, alteration is not an option. And finally, savings. Contracts save a lot of money when it comes to delays, fees, and the need for a middleman. If you're curious to know more about smart contracts, one of the upcoming workshops is to create your very own smart contract and cryptocurrency. So if that's interesting to you, don't forget to vote on it later. Okay, all these sound like really cool use cases. But who would use something like this? Or rather, is anyone even using blockchains at all? Well, yes. Surprisingly enough, almost every major corporation has either implemented blockchain to some extent or is in the process of adopting it. With the potential, it would be a loss not to. Yep, even the patty in your McDonald's burger probably has some supply management blockchain linked to it. Anyways, let's look at one of the biggest and most common blockchains that is in use right now. That's going to be so popular that even my mom knows about it. Well, Ethereum, the second biggest blockchain and crypto in the world, being so useful that almost every other bigger blockchain has forked from it at some point. Now, it was created by the initial five back in 2013. These happy individuals launched the official white paper for Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is an open source, is open access to digital money and data-friendly services for everyone. No matter your background or location, it's a community-built technology behind the cryptocurrency Ether, or ETH for short, and thousands of applications you can use today. Ethereum has paved the way and pioneered some of the biggest blockchain technologies to date, such as the previously mentioned decentralized finance, NFTs, non-fungible tokens, which are the tokens that may represent ownership of unique items. They may sound like funny monkey pictures that you've seen everyone throwing around, but it has its use cases much larger, such as owning property or legal agreements. And we have decentralized autonomous organizations, or DAOs. They are basically businesses that are collectively owned by the members of the business. That means the whole community. So they have built-in treasuries that no one has authority to access without the approval of everyone. Now, decisions are governed by proposals and voting to ensure everyone in the organization has a voice. In other words, it's a weird democracy. Now, taking a step back, I mentioned this word, white paper. What is that? So a white paper is a document released by developers that explains the technology and purpose of the project they're working on. It tells prospective investors how the cryptocurrency was conceived and highlights its purpose. A crypto white paper contains various forms of data like statistics, diagrams, and formulas. So if you're looking to invest in the next big Bitcoin that just released, it's probably best to read the white paper, see how skeptical it sounds, or whether the goals stated are even achievable. So now that we've got a taste of blockchain, how about we do a little activity before we get to the final job section? So is everyone still awake? I mean, it's pretty late on Saturday, and I know you all want to have fun. Could I hear a hi in chat real quick?
I'm here. Hello. Still here with you, Josh. Yep.
All right. Hello, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does everybody have a computer on them? But at least Firefox or Chrome. Doesn't matter if you're on Mac or Windows.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
That's great. Sorry, give me a moment. I'm just gonna drink some water. All right, so everyone, you're gonna install your first crypto wallet. Let's do this. So I'm gonna be posting a link in chat, and everyone can go here to download it. Don't worry, guys. The company is completely safe. I use it, and I work on it as well. So at the end of setting this up, I'll present you guys a little surprise. So do make sure to keep up. And let me know in chat if I'm going too fast. In fact, I will install it with you at the same time. So I'm just going to create a new share right now. Could I know in chat if everyone's opened that link now? All right, perfect. All right, I'm sharing my new screen. Can everyone see it?
Yep, we can see it.
All right. So first things first, click on the download button. This will redirect you to your preferred download page depending on your browser. So next thing, you add to Chrome or add to Firefox, depending whichever browser you're using. All right, so back to the presentation. You can follow along the steps within the presentation itself. Open it up real quick. All right. So you should all be seeing the screen once you open it up. Yeah, even Brave, it should allow you to download it using the Chrome extension. Okay, so can I have a little yes in chat for whoever's on this page right now after the extension is downloaded? Just give it about a minute for everyone to get to this page and download the extension. When you're done, just put it in chat. All right, let's move on to the next step. So let's get started. Create a new account. Now, if anyone actually has a MetaMask or a different crypto wallet, you can use it as well. You just have to import your seed phrase if you know what that is. So for the people who don't or are completely new to this, just simply click on create a new account. Now here, just enter any name you want. This will be only to you. No one else can see this name. Yes, this crypto wallet is mainly for the Polkadot blockchain. So it's a separate blockchain, but it has Ethereum in it as well. So Ethereum support is coming soon. Don't worry, I'm working on it. And yes, a crypto wallet is technically universal. So, I mean, it's universal to a certain extent. It can be used within its blockchain or across blockchains, but you can use it anywhere. So any site that accepts a crypto wallet, you can use it. Hopefully that answers your question, Kelvin. All right, so once you've created your name, and I'm pretty sure everyone's moved on to the next step and created a password. Could I know how many people have already finished like the steps or at least created a password? All right, perfect. So you should open up the web app by now, where it will show you something like this. Does everyone see their screen like that? We got a few yeses. Maybe people are still registering for it. All right, perfect. Do you see that little icon up there? So just click on that little icon and click on the copy icon for Kusama. So once you've copied that little icon for Kusama, make sure it's Kusama, not Polkadot, for Kusama specifically. Post it in the chat. The first 5 people will receive this whole presentation as an NFT. Wow, that was quick. That was actually quick. All right. So yeah, the first 5 people who posted it will receive this whole presentation as an NFT. Now, don't be sad. If you've still done it, just post it. Maybe I'll send it to you later. I'll send maybe another 20.
Oh,
So just keep posting in the
wow.
chat.
Come on, guys. The first 5, I'm gonna name them. So Navin Singh is the first. There's Joey
Okay,
Nelson.
so you want to get it, Kelvin? Just click on the little icon next to the name of it. Click on the copy next to Kusama. Make sure it's Kusama, not Polkadot. If I send it to your Polkadot, none of the people who send that aren't going to get the NFT. It's going to go somewhere else. All right. So yeah, Ching or whoever, could you just list down everyone, not just the first 5, but everyone. But for now, I'll give it to the first 5.
Of course. Right. The first 5 are Navin Singh, Joey Nelson, Masuma Sheriff, his fellow committee, and Tanling Siu is the 4th, and Yu Wei Te is the 5th. Don't worry, you guys.
Masuma, I know your committee, so don't worry. We'll have our own little NFT. So I'm just going to pass it on to someone who's not CC.
The officially 5th person is Eugene Siu.
All right, perfect. Wow, that's a lot of crypto wallets in chat. Thanks everyone for being so interactive. All right, you'll receive the NFTs later on. Don't worry about it. I'll send them right after this presentation. So, All right, you've learned the fundamentals of Web3 and blockchains. Now you're probably wondering, how do I get a job in this industry? Well, there are a few paths you can take, and this doesn't even involve being a developer. Since blockchains are rather new, commercially speaking, jobs are plentiful if the right experience is there. But wait, why even go into this industry? Now, this is coming from my own opinion, so feel free to take it with a grain of salt. I personally believe that blockchain technology and Web 3.0 is going to make the biggest impact in the next 10 years. Sure, the big crashes in Bitcoin and Terra and Luna, all that sounds scary, like everything is dying. But didn't the whole world economy crash in 2007? Did we all suddenly stop using money? No, it will have its ups and downs, but the advancement of this technology will not stop. But blockchain technology being in an infancy stage, there is an opportunity for it to go in every single direction. Yes, you wonderful people watching this presentation, create the next big blockchain technology that might revolutionize the world. And if you want the short and simple, sweet answer, there's a lot of money in it. So you could go back to the previous slide and join one of the big giants who already have a blockchain department or are trying to implement it by pumping a lot of money into this technology. This is a good option for beginners looking to get into it. Ironically, it's because there is a lot of time and skillful people to train you in big corporations. Now, if you're a little more on the fun side, you could go to a startup route and join up and coming crypto company. You just have to go through the usual startup culture, which is best done if you have even a little bit of experience, as everybody will most likely be working extra hard to keep things floating than have time to fully teach you. Though I'm not saying that they won't teach you, there's just going to be a lot of independence in these companies. Now, these two sites, which I will post later in chat, I've personally used to get a job in the crypto industry. So they really do work wonders. Let me just post it in chat for everyone. You can have a look at it later on. All right. So like I mentioned before, there are jobs for everyone in this field, not just developers. Anyone from an arts degree student can be an NFT designer to a mass comm student being a community growth expert. But wait, again, before you jump on the sites and apply, here are a few quick tips that can help you land that job. And trust me when I say this, you will be facing a lot of competition in these jobs. Now, I understand the blockchain. I understand that the blockchain. My mistake. One of the tips is understand what blockchain that the company is using. This is very important as it usually gives you a big head start than the rest of the people who've applied. Even though you may know the fundamentals of a blockchain, all blockchains are different in their own ways to accomplish different goals. So another thing is to check out the work culture of the company. Don't jump straight into trying to get hired without doing your own research on the company itself. Imagine yourself waking up every day to that job. Is it worth it? Now, this applies for almost any job, to be honest. It doesn't necessarily have to be crypto jobs. Now, LinkedIn, the professional Instagram. If you haven't made a LinkedIn already, I'd advise you to make one right after this presentation. Just throw on a photo with your education and experience, because once you go into the working world, LinkedIn is your power tool for showing yourself to potential job opportunities. They may not tell you this, but a lot of companies look at your LinkedIn before they actually look at your CV. Now, GitHub, ironically, is known as the developer's LinkedIn. More specific to any developer out there, if you don't have one, create one right now. Just add a bunch of your university projects as repositories if you must. It's also a really good tool for version control. So the next time you do an assignment, perhaps you can work on it using GitHub. So I was able to land multiple interviews just from my GitHub activity alone. So that's how important it is. Now, finally, some personal projects. Don't jump in the ocean unless you know how to at least float. Go out there and get your hands dirty in a little blockchain related projects. For example, build a small dApp or try out Web3 libraries. These are mainly for developers and UI designers. Or if you're an artist, create some NFTs, mint it. If you're into marketing, market those NFTs or tokens, or even run a whole community. And maybe if you're a chef, you can just mint your recipes on the blockchain and call it yours. Now, this comes to the end of my presentation. So if you would like to connect, just hit me up on LinkedIn or GitHub and build your whole network on LinkedIn. Trust me, it'll help you guys in the future and girls. So I'll be passing it on to Ching to open up the Q&A session.
Right, let's just give it a moment for them to follow you on your LinkedIn or your GitHub.
Right.
To check them out. Yep. Thank you, Josh, so much for the wonderful presentation. It's been really informative. And
sorry, it's rather short, everyone, and quite quick, but hopefully you all learned something from it. Do let me know in chat if you learned something new today.
Yeah, very much so. Of course. Thank you, Josh, once again. Just give it a moment, and then please don't leave yet, guys, because there's still Q&A session left, and we have a little bit of activity. So,
oh wow, my
stay
LinkedIn
tuned.
is blowing up now with connection requests.
Wow.
Good job, everyone. You're one step closer to a brand new job and a lot of money.
All right, I'm gonna turn off my avatar, Josh. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah, I'll probably
show
turn
your
on.
face. Yeah. Some people who just joined, they don't know how you look like.
Hey everyone.
That's Josh.
All right, I should probably stop sharing screen. So
yep.
open up the Q&A as well.
So now I'm gonna share my screen. I hope everyone can see it. Yeah, it's the Q&A session. So we're using Slido. You can click on the link in the chat, or you can scan the QR code here to the top left. So let's answer the first question, Josh. What is the difference between a coin and a token?
So, okay, so it's almost the same thing. So a token would usually represent what you own, while a coin denotes what you're capable of owning. Let me see, how can I put this a little better? Sorry, do give me a moment. I will get back to you on that.
All right, let's go on to the next question. What are dApps again?
Okay, so a dApp is a decentralized application. It's basically an application created by an organization, but whatever happens in that organization, there is no middleman. It's not ruled by the organization itself. Rather, any changes that would happen to this application would either go through a process of voting, sort of like a democracy in a way.
So related question, how is a dApp deployed?
So a dApp it's like almost any website. It can be an application on your mobile. It can be a regular website. But most of these dApps will have some form of a contract, a smart contract on the blockchain itself. So it really depends what kind of dApp you're trying to implement. I guess you can show it that a dApp is a very broad term for anything, like a mobile app, a game, anything.
All right, wonderful. Now, this question. How do you earn side income with cryptocurrency? Is it legal in Malaysia?
All right, I'm not a lawyer and I'm not even Malaysian, so I can't answer the legality of it in Malaysia, but I'd say it's quite gray, like it's a gray area. And you can make a side income from cryptocurrency by staking, farming, or trading. So it's general trading. If you have any little knowledge on stock trading, it's very similar, you know. You buy low, sell high, as they'd say. Or you could do farming, which is basically staking, which is basically taking the coins that you have and investing it into the liquidity. Essentially, it's like investing in a company. Okay, it's gambling. Anything is gambling if you don't know what you're doing. I mean, walking outside your front door is a gamble if you don't know what to expect.
Fair enough. True. I agree, Josh. So, next question. Can you share the simplest roadmap to becoming a blockchain developer / programmer?
So, okay, this is perfect for all the developers out there, all you computer science students. Simply just explore Web3 libraries. So we've got two things known as web3.js or web3.py, which is Python, and JavaScript. So these two things can help you, I would say, access the blockchain through different APIs within. Sorry for all the non-tech people. This is more towards the tech people. So these libraries offer APIs access into the blockchain. So basically you become a node that can read these blockchains. Now, honestly, if you're going to become a blockchain developer, it really depends where do you stand? Do you want to become a blockchain developer like the front end site that connects to the smart contracts? Do you want to actually build the smart contracts? So yeah, it really depends where you want to go. And it's like any other programming job. You just practice on that specific language or, framework. Hopefully that answers your question, Anonymous. But if you want to know more, you can always just hit me up on LinkedIn or GitHub, I guess.
Thank you for answering that. So next question, what is ERC20? I always see it is connected with Ethereum, but do not know what it means.
Okay, so ERC20 is kind of like all the other tokens. It's like Bitcoin. How would I put this in an easy way? It's basically the technical standard. It's the technical standard for a token. Now we have ERC721 as well, which is NFTs. And the difference is that NFTs are non-fungible. Okay, let's put it this way. Example, you have one Bitcoin, okay, or one Ethereum. You can split that Ethereum into half Ethereum, 0.5 Ethereum, 0.5 Ethereum. It's fungible. So it's the standard for Ethereum. Ethereum tokens, specifically it's Ethereum itself. Now, ERC721s are NFTs. You can't split an NFT in half. It's a token by itself. I'm sorry, it's not the best explanation on it, but I can give you a link on what ERC20 is. So if you really want to check it out, it's in the chat.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much, Josh. So next question. If you don't mind explaining in detail, what are the benefits of blockchain and financial transactions from security perspective?
All right, so I haven't really dived deep into it from a security perspective since it was never really in my job scope. So again, if you don't mind, I'm happy to put a link in chat from where I got my references for this. If you really want to take a deep dive into it, it's in chat for you to check it out. Hope that's okay.
Moving on. So dApps is a platform to host blockchain. What language is it developed in?
Okay, so don't get confused. A dApp is not a platform to host a blockchain. A dApp is hosted on the blockchain itself. So dApps are built within the blockchain. Think of it as, okay, in a very bad way, think of the blockchain as a computer and all the different softwares on your computer are dApps. And a dApp can be built in any language. Like I said, it can be a web app, it can be a game, it can be a mobile app. It's really up to what the dApp developer wants to build. And if you're curious to how to create a blockchain itself, you're going to need to learn a language called Solidity. Hopefully I didn't butcher the name for that. But yeah, we will have a workshop on actually creating a cryptocurrency and smart contract, which is not creating a blockchain, but creating a dApp on a blockchain as well. So you can vote for that later.
Nice. Moving on. How does
All
the
right.
value of a coin go up or down? Is this related to the spikes, etc.?
Okay, it's pretty much the same as the stock market. If a lot of people sell the token, the value goes down. If a lot of people buy a token, it goes up. It's basically every time you buy into it, you're adding to the liquidity of the token itself. So if you want, I can give you a nice link that explains how the value of a coin goes.
All right. Can we move on?
Sorry, everyone, that I'm just putting so many links in chat, but I'm pretty sure these websites would explain it a lot better than I do.
Yeah, they're very helpful. Thank you, man. So let me just move on to a random question. How's the crypto industry / startup situation in Malaysia?
Okay, so I'm just gonna go off the record and say that the crypto industry and startup situation in Malaysia isn't the best, but it is up and coming. Now, if you've heard of a company called Etherscan, which is the blockchain explorer for Ethereum, it's actually a Malaysian-based company. Surprising to know, it's one of the biggest blockchain explorers in the world. And we've even got companies like CoinGecko. Now, CoinGecko is huge for exploring different. It's huge for exploring different cryptocurrencies as well, and it's also a Malaysian company. So I'd say it's either really low or extremely high, but it's good. It's a good. It's good that we have these different startups in Malaysia as well. So definitely check them out.
All right. Is the metaverse and the Web3 related?
Yes. So the metaverse is built within the Web3 scape. So the metaverse itself will be built on the blockchain. So I had mentioned earlier ERC-721s, which are NFTs, or NFTs in any blockchain for this matter, can be used within the metaverse. So think of the Web3 as your internet right now, your browser. So every different website in there, is within the web. And metaverse is just one of these little things inside it as well.
Okay. Are you cool with the next question? Can we move on?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Is blockchain being used widely in Malaysia right now?
I've never actually looked into companies in Malaysia that do it, but I do know if the Big Four and other companies all have blockchain departments. So I've actually talked to my friend who's in KPMG, and if anyone here has actually interned in KPMG before, you'll know that something about the lighthouse and how they have a blockchain department coming up. So if you're looking, if you want to answer to this, I'd say big companies do have blockchain to some extent. So any big Fortune 500 in Malaysia probably has it, or even the startups, like I mentioned, CoinGecko and all, will be using it. Is it widely used in Malaysia as a whole? I can't really answer that, so I'm sorry. Like we don't have any payment systems using crypto and all that yet, at least.
Hopefully in the future.
Oh, though we do have Luno, which is also Malaysian registered. Is it Malaysian or Singaporean? I'll need to confirm that. But Luno is pretty well used in Malaysia.
So I believe this question has been explained by you, and I think we're gonna have to come back to this, the difference between a coin and a token.
Yeah, so I actually posted another link in chat for that anonymous user for this token. They
okay.
definitely explain it much better than I can in the next 2 minutes. Can a blockchain fully crash? I'd say no. I guess you could relate it to the real world economy. Can the real world economy really fully crash unless we all die or something? I don't think so.
Thank you. Okay, so in the meantime, while we wait for more questions to come in, you guys please scan if you have more questions. In the meantime, we started off a okay. Okay, there is a question. Okay. Does crypto being proof of stake or proof of work play a role in its valuation?
Give me a moment. I'm just gonna actually Google what proof of stake means. I'm sorry.
You guys can keep your questions
Okay.
coming in. Yep. All right, Josh. What is it?
So, okay. Hopefully I answered this right. If not, you can bash me in chat. All right. I feel like the proof of stake or proof of work does play a role in the valuation, since it is kind of like, the mining process and staking process. So it really depends how well that staking process is. If that's the wrong answer you were expecting, feel free to give me your answer as well in chat. I know you're anonymous, but
Will the recording be sent to your email? Yes, it'll be at your email and also will be uploaded to our Sunway Tech Club YouTube channel, just called Sunway Tech Club. So Josh, what happened to Luna?
We don't talk about that. It's okay. I didn't invest in it, so all good.
Oh.
To all the people who invested in Luna, I'm sorry. So yeah,
Well,
just want to say, really sorry if you didn't get the answer you wanted. Now, like I said, I'm not the best at this. I'm also relatively new to blockchains as well, and I'm just trying to give my best answers to. So hopefully that's okay. If you do have any questions, I will do my best to provide links that will explain it better than me.
yeah, we appreciate it, Josh. So we haven't really talked much about yourself. So what got you into this Web3 and blockchains and cryptos?
So I actually started back in 2013 when I was on Reddit and a guy sent me like a bunch of Dogecoin for fun. Like back then, Dogecoin was nothing. I'm not sure if any of you were actually back there in 2013, 2014, when having at least 5 million Dogecoin was like having like 2 cents or even $1. It was completely worthless. And I just found it funny, you know. I wasn't into the blockchain technology, I was just into crypto. But recently, around 2019, 2020, I started learning more about the blockchain technology itself, its uses, and different things. So I started building like crypto bots and all these other smaller things. Actually, I have a few friends in this chat right now who started the crypto journey with me. Shout out to you if you're in the chat. I can see your name there in the participants. Yeah, so we all started this crypto journey together, and I even started a few things, a few bots and all that, and sold it to a few companies.
Wow, it's really cool. Thanks, man. So we have a new question that came in. So do you see people buying items like everyday groceries using crypto in the near future?
Oh, for sure, definitely. Why not? I mean, we use touch and go, we use grab pay and all that. Technically speaking, if you have grab points, it's not on the blockchain, but it is, you know, something like a token. It's not actual monetary value, but it's based off what grab says it is. But yeah, I do see it in the future. Maybe even having like a crypto version of the Malaysian ringgit. It's not impossible.
For sure. So why does Elon Musk have such a big influence in crypto?
Okay, I mean, for one, he is the richest guy on earth. So whatever he says, even if he, I don't know, puts an emoji on Twitter, some guy's going to create some cryptocurrency with that emoji, and it's probably going to blow up for the next 2 days. He's just big. He's just got a lot of popularity. I mean, even if Bill Gates tweeted something about it, he'd most likely have a lot of influence. Elon Musk has just been doing it a lot more than anyone else.
All right, these questions are done for now. So we're still going to be taking in questions. All right, there you go. Next one.
Oh, wow.
Fiat
Okay.
has been used forever. Our society is literally built based on it. How are crypto investors so confident in competing with something like that?
Well, remember, fiat came after something else as well. Fiat came after when people used to use the barter system and gold. And they must have been thinking back then, what else could replace this, right? I mean, heck, we had horses, horse-driven carriages. Everyone's like, what could replace this? You know? Now everyone's driving cars. We're probably thinking the same. What could replace a car? We never know what's going to happen. It's inevitable in some way. Something is going to happen.
All right, so as I was saying, we can still take in more questions. You guys are welcome to converse with
Yes,
Josh.
you're right, Carmine. El Salvador has actually implemented cryptocurrencies for everyday use.
Anonymous coming in with, what's so special about NFTs? Why are they worth so much and some are worth nothing?
Okay, so there is the hyped version of NFTs, which are the funny monkey pictures, and the actual use cases of NFTs. So we have the funny monkey pictures. They're just hype. They're nothing but hype. They're just built completely upon hype. And to be honest, as someone who actually worked in an NFT company. They're just pictures. But there are very good use cases for NFTs itself. So like I said, an NFT is a one token that you own. It's a representation of you owning it. So this can be anything from your own house contract. If you buy a house, it could be an NFT contract. And it's stored on the blockchain, so no one can actually tamper with it or anything, if you get what I mean. Why they worth so much? Supply and demand. That's the answer to that question.
How did the blockchain/crypto came about? The history of it.
History of blockchains. Okay, give me a moment for that one. So I guess we could go with the basic one of Bitcoin. Initial, like unknown anonymous guy who made it, Satoshi. So he started the whole Bitcoin craze, or rather not craze back then, but the whole idea of cryptocurrency. I'm pretty sure cryptocurrency started way before that, but it wasn't really known as cryptocurrency. It was more of just the blockchain technology itself. But crypto itself used this blockchain technology to build what we have today, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all that. How did it fully come about? I think, again, I don't have the full facts for that, but I will send you a link in chat. So
I
yeah,
think,
here's a quick.
yeah, thank you, Josh. So, what are the difference between public blockchains, private blockchains, consortium blockchains, and hybrid blockchains?
So, okay, give me a moment. So public blockchains are open source. That means everyone can actually see how the code base of the blockchain itself. Anyone can participate into it, users, miners, developers, and community members. Now, public blockchains are completely transparent, so everyone can examine every transaction detail. Now, private blockchains are similar, but you kind of, it's like invitation based in a way. So only people who are invited into these blockchains can use it. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but some people prefer to keep blockchains private. It's more like for smaller use cases rather than, a big public blockchain like Ethereum. And consortium blockchains are, it's a separate kind of private blockchain. So it's governed more by a group rather than a single entity. So maybe multiple companies run that one blockchain. It's a collaborative effort. And hybrid. Okay, I've never actually heard of a hybrid blockchain. I guess correct me if I'm wrong, it's basically a combination of both the private and public blockchain. Like the benefits of open source, but it's also private. Open source to the people within that community. So might be wrong. Best to wait. Let me just get a link for you real quick. Okay, here's a good link. Hopefully that's helpful for you. What is the best cryptocurrency to invest at the moment? I am not a financial advisor, so I am not going to answer that question. Do whatever you invest in whatever you feel is a good investment. Read the white paper.
What type of blockchains do most of the company use nowadays, related to the previous question?
The previous question being like that's my IG. The previous question being like the private blockchains, public blockchains, and such. So hopefully that's the question you're relating to. So most companies, I presume, would use a private blockchain, of course, because there is company secrets involved in it, and they don't really require people to edit anything. But there are the public blockchains, like the Binance Smart Chain. That is a public blockchain. It's also a dumpster fire if you've ever looked at the GitHub for it. So yeah, again, to answer it again, it really depends on the company itself and their purpose.
Your IG, you feel comfortable sharing? There you go. It's in the chat, guys. It's in the chat.
All right. How are cryptocurrencies made? So actually, you know what? We're having a workshop on this. So if you want to create your own cryptocurrency, you can come join it. I'll explain more in that.
Stay tuned. All right.
How does mining specifically work? Okay, there's a lot into it. But in short, your computer basically solves mathematical equations, which are the nonce, and you basically get rewarded for it. So you use your computational power and time, and you solve this mathematical equation, and you get rewarded with the crypto. I'll give you a more detailed link in a second. So here's a good link by Coinbase. Okay, that's a good one. So yeah, I don't really believe in Coursera as well because it takes too much time. I feel like the best learning resource for blockchain and crypto is reading the documentation of the blockchain itself and the white paper. So if whoever wrote this anonymous question, if you don't mind writing another question, do you have a specific blockchain or crypto that you want to aim for? Like Ethereum or Binance or Polkadot or anything like that? Just leave the question again and I'll answer it on top of that.
All right. Thank you. We'll still be taking any more questions. I think we can do another 5 minutes. Not. Someone said not.
Not as in you don't have a blockchain? Okay, then I guess I'll give you an example. For example, if you wanted to get into the Polkadot blockchain, which is the blockchain that I major mainly into, the best way is to actually read up about the blockchain itself. So they have their white paper. They have like updates on it every single week. And I think the best way is to just join the community of the blockchain. So you have the Binance blockchain community, you have the Polkadot blockchain community. They'll give you all the necessary resources you actually need to know. Of course, it's very specific to what you want to do. So if you want to build your very own dApp, you can learn how to build dApps through like anything, honestly, YouTube. But of course, if you're going to build a dApp, you're going to need some programming knowledge in, creating an application. If you know how to create an application, converting it to a dApp isn't too difficult. Okay, it is kind of difficult. Depends on the scale that you're doing it at.
What are Binance/Coinbase apps, etc.? Are they like crypto wallet storages, and what's the difference between them?
Okay, so I actually mentioned this in the presentation. So Binance and Coinbase apps are actually exchanges. So it's a place where multiple people come together and buy and sell crypto. For example, I have 100 Bitcoin and Ching over here wants to buy 100 Bitcoin. Instead of me telling him or messaging him, hey, Ching, do you want to buy 100 Bitcoin? I'll just go to the exchange and I'll sell it there. And Ching could put in a buy order to buy in 100 Bitcoin. And since I immediately sold 100 Bitcoin, he can immediately buy it since, he's been looking for it. It's kind of like a waiting procedure. So I'm selling 100, waiting for someone to buy it. Then Ching comes in and he buys that. That's how Binance and Coinbase, that's the basis of Binance and Coinbase. And they do have their own wallets on it, but it's just for the ease of actually connecting to their exchange itself. There isn't really an external purpose for their wallet. So it's always best to have your own wallet like MetaMask or Talisman wallet. Hopefully that answers it. If you have more questions on it or I didn't answer it properly, feel free to put it.
If I want to donate crypto to the poor, but they do not know how to use it.
That's very thoughtful of you, but until it's fully implemented into actual transactional value within Malaysia, at least, I'd say take that crypto and withdraw it to fiat and then give them the money.
Yeah.
You could always start a dApp that accepts crypto, and you can take all that money that you make from it and then donate it to charity or the poor. Or sell an NFT, make some new hype monkey and make everyone buy it.
Josh, what is liquidity farming?
Liquidity farming. Here we go. All the bigger questions are coming. Okay, so basically liquidity farming is basically earning rewards from every transaction that's made. Sorry, every trade that's made. For example, I put 10, let's say, Binance tokens into the Binance liquidity. Every trade that's made. So like I said, Ching buys 100 BNB and I sell 100 BNB and Ching buys 100 BNB. A small percentage of that transaction is given to every single person within the liquidity. So it's basically making a slight passive income, which is good. A lot of people do farming nowadays and they can actually make quite a lot of money. But of course, on top of that, money makes money. So the more money you invest into liquidity farming, the more money you'd make. But it's also dangerous on top of that, because if the liquidity of that coin, or it's not a very known coin, it's like, okay, the coin is not doing very well. The lower the liquidity, you could actually lose your money. Now, there was a term for this, and I don't remember the term exactly, but if I do find it, I'll put it in chat.
Okay, for now, everyone, you may still submit your questions, but I think we're going to move on with the next agenda. So I think this will be the last question, and then we'll have to stop it for now. So what is the difference between Ethereum 1.0 and 2.0?
Sorry?
What?
Difference between.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ethereum 1.0 uses consensus proof of work, while Ethereum 2.0 is proof of stake. Again, there's a lot of differences between it, so I think this is best left to a nice URL in chat.
Okay, moving on. Our next agenda. It's gonna be, well, for now, what workshop would you want next? So we've currently lined up create an NFT and also create a smart contract. You can vote on it. And on our next poll, we're gonna have you guys suggest your own topics.
Everyone really wants to know how to create an NFT, don't they? No one wants to know how to make a crypto? Come on.
The speaker will still be Josh, so it's going to be a continuity.
Oh, and these will be
workshop.
physical, by the way. So you guys will
forward to
actually meet
that.
me in person and learn how to make it.
And you guys will probably get free meals after that. So
Oh,
do
really?
join.
Wow.
Yeah, refreshments.
I better come as well then.
Of course.
Oh, wait.
Well, you have to be there, no? Yeah. Do vote, guys.
Okay, just a heads up. Both of these workshops are going to be there. It's just which one's going to come first.
Mm.
And maybe there'll be a third one, but that's up to you on what kind of workshop you'd want.
So yeah, if you have something in mind, just hold on. We're gonna have a separate poll for that to insert whatever activities you would like related to Web3.
Right. Everyone's still here from joining in.
Yeah.
Thanks
So-
everyone for sticking around. I know it's a wonderful Saturday night and everyone wants to just sleep or getting ready for F1 if you guys watch F1.
Yeah. Besides thanking everyone, I would also like to thank Josh on behalf of STC and everyone present. You've been an amazing guest speaker. Yeah, you've been sharing with all your knowledge with us and answering questions to the best of your abilities and sharing us all your link. So, yeah. To someone who just asked me if you can watch the recording, yes, it will be emailed to you at the end of the event. And also you can look us up on YouTube called Sunway Tech Club. That's our channel. And you can always watch the recording at the end of it. So I think that most people actually want to know how to create an NFT first before a smart contract. Josh, is this what we expected?
It was actually expected, honestly, but I'm surprised how many people want to create a smart contract. I was expecting create an NFT to be like 95% and create a smart contract to be like 5. I'm happy for all those people who want to create a smart contract as well, because you're going to learn a new programming language.
All right, I don't know how these values add up because this doesn't really add up to 100%.
Looks like we got 2 new Q&A questions as well.
Okay, that's fine. So we're going to move on to the next one. So do you have any suggestions?
Okay.
How did they get here?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. Everyone just calm down.
Okay, tell you what, we'll answer these 2 and then you can just recess it.
Yeah. We can answer it first.
All right, what is...
Oh, okay, I think we've gone through some of them. So Yeah. Just let me go on and clear this up real quick for everyone. It'll be fine. Real quick. Yeah. Sorry about that. Just reset the results. Okay. All right. That we're good. Let's go back. Do you have any suggestions? Right. There you go. Besides creating an NFT and smart contract, what's next? Any topics that you guys are particularly interested in?
And no, I'm not going to tell you which cryptos to invest into. If that's one of the suggestions you put in. Creating a blockchain app, actually, that is a good one. I don't mind doing something like that. Though it will take a lot longer than one workshop because there are different layers to it. So maybe we can do one section of it, which is a smart contract.
Don't have any ideas, that's also fine. Can always come up with it along the way. You know?
All right, we still have those other two workshops, so even if you don't have any other suggestions,
Right.
feel free to hop into those. Yes, it is very interesting, isn't it? Okay, yeah, I don't mind doing more workshops. I mean, we will have these two workshops, and depending on the, how many people actually show up for that and enjoy it, we'll definitely have more workshops after that.
All right, that's it for now. But if you guys have any more questions, you may stay until the end of our session here. So for now, let me just unshare my screen because we're gonna take a group photo.
Yes, everyone put on their cameras.
Yes.
Come on,
Okay.
it's Saturday and nobody has any makeup or.
So we're gonna take two pictures,
But come
right?
on,
The
put it
idea
on.
here is to first take one, just being your regular self, right? Just turn on your cameras. And the second one, we're gonna use an avatar, a video filter, where we're gonna all turn into some sort of animals, whichever you guys like. So this is gonna be the
I see
first
you
one.
guys.
It's just a regular picture. Everyone, just turn on your camera if you feel comfortable. It's just a sign of like gratitude to Josh for sharing and spending his Saturday evening.
Come on, everyone, put it on. I want to see all your wonderful faces.
Just to commemorate
I want
our
to see
event.
all those people who are going to be the next big blockchain influencers.
Nice. Everyone's here, turning on their cameras. Thank you, everyone. So I'll be taking the picture. So, okay, if everyone's ready, please pose. Okay, people are still turning on. All right, let's just wait for another minute. Okay.
Let's give them all a minute.
Yeah, let's give them a minute. All right. Okay, don't worry, Pinyin. I see that you're posing, but a little bit. Just wait for a bit.
Hold that thumbs up.
Okay, thumbs up for a bit longer. Okay, seems that everyone's ready. All right, let's take a picture. All right, pose. Everyone pose. I'm gonna take one in 3, 2, 1. Okay, thank you. That is very nice. But don't turn off your camera yet. Instead, everyone please go onto your video filters, right? And you can add an avatar. So turn into an animal of your liking. I'm gonna be a panda. There you go. Josh is gonna be a fox. Manish is a fox. All right, everyone just
I'm
try
gonna
on.
expect more people to do this since you don't actually have to show your real face.
Right. We're gonna just try it out. Since it is Web3, it is relevant. Who knows? Let's do it. Can't seem to find it. When
Okay.
yeah, Josh.
Yeah, so if you see stop or video at the bottom left, you'll have that little arrow. So click on that arrow and click on video settings. Then head over to backgrounds and effects and click on avatars in beta.
I think you might
So
have
if you
to
don't see,
update
you
the
probably
Zoom.
didn't update your Zoom.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably should have updated, but that's okay. You can
It's
just
okay.
you can be yourself, guys. You can be yourself. You don't necessarily need to be.
Yeah, your real self could be in the metaverse as well.
Very much so. Okay. If you turned on your camera previously, you can turn it on again, or you can just apply another video filter. You know, I see Joey Nelson with shades on. Yeah, you can just turn on whatever video filter if you're comfortable. with just a little fun activity session, right? Try it out. There are many funny ones. Okay, I'm gonna give you another minute, like a couple more seconds. Hey, Samuel, I like it. I like your style. Yes, everyone.
Marcus has entered the
Oh,
metaverse,
very cute.
and
Oh,
now he's
yeah.
going skiing.
Putting on his
And now
VR
he's back.
glasses. Okay, I think that should be everyone. Okay, should be able to take a picture. All right, pose or don't pose because now we're in the metaverse and can't really see if I pose or not. So anyways, picture in 3, 2, 1. Nice. Thank you everyone for the photo session. Well, before you guys leave, hold on, just hold on. Let me share my screen again. Okay. So I would like you guys' feedback for today's session. So we can make them better. Obviously, we still have 2 more lined up. We're going to slideshow.
Please,
Yeah.
please fill out this feedback form. I
please
need
fill
to
out
know
the
how I can improve in any way.
It'd be useful for Josh, for us. If you have any issues, you may leave your comment on it. Shamia should be sending the link now in the chat. Here you go. Yeah, it's in the chat. It's from STC, this event. Hope everyone had a good time. If you want to
And
stay back and ask more questions and you want to talk
yeah,
to
feel
Josh
free.
personally,
It's going on
feel
for the
free to.
next 20 minutes, so
Yeah,
always here to.
we will
Even
be
if you
around.
want to just chill and chat, anything is fine. Gonna be accepting everyone's LinkedIn and Instagram apparently.
Yeah, please scan this feedback form. Or click in the chat. The link is in the chat. Thank you everyone for Saturday evening and for spending it with us. We appreciate it. And if you are leaving now, thank you so much and enjoy your semester break, your mid-sem break. We'll see you at the next Tech Club
Thank you,
event.
everyone.
Yeah.
Really awesome to have you all here.
And yeah, thank you everyone. So if you do want to follow us and you want to find out more about our events, we are from Sunway Tech Club. You can follow us on our Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and also our YouTube channel where this video recording will be posted on. You can join as a regular member. There is a registration fee of 10 ringgit. I don't know if they're still accepting at the moment, but yes, it's 10 ringgit. And all of our online events will be free of charge. So always come, if you're free, it's free of charge.
But we accept crypto donations. No, I'm just kidding.
Only our physical events will be charged. So yeah, please join us. We have many more workshops and events lined up for the future and for this amazing year. We have actually just transitioned into a new batch of Excos. We had our AGM yesterday. They're going to bring you a lot more exciting events and we hope to improve upon the last year. Right. Also, you can follow GDSC Sunway at gdsc.sunway on Instagram. That is pretty much all for our event tonight. But if you choose to stay, you may, and we'll talk to Josh.
Thank you, Davina, Lancer, Ho Yin, Yao Li, Ming Xiu, Carming, Joseph, Kelvin, Yue, Joey, Eugene, and who else? Who else said bye? All right, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Sugamaran, Daniel Wong, Maya? Maya? Hopefully that's right. And Wenyi, thank you everyone for showing up tonight.
We appreciate it.
Thank you, Yuhang. Thank you, Yongqi.
Thank you to Josh, of course. Most important person here.
Thank you, Josh.
Yes.
So egotistic.
All right, I'm going to stop sharing these slides. And if you want to chat to Josh, you may chat in the chat function here, or I'll still be on the Slido if you have any more questions.
Are there any new questions on the Slido? I think everyone's like, I mean, it's a Saturday night. Come on. Everyone wants to go. It's fine.
Do you think the whole NFT craze, specifically buying and selling NFT PNGs, will die down and replaced by more useful application?
Yes, I believe so. NFTs has a really good purpose, but right now it's just being used by NFT images. Of course, there is still a lot of money to be made from it. And if you ask me, most of the reason people use it is for money laundering and different purposes. But yeah, it will eventually die down, but it will be taken over by its proper use cases. Now, there is some fun use cases, of course. It doesn't all have to be serious. So there are use cases like in games as well. Like if you're familiar with like CSGO skins, CSGO skins can technically be, an NFT. There's only one type of skin with a certain value and certain ID. And that's a good use case of NFTs.
Yeah, we're still
Or a
gonna be
fun use
around. Yeah, if you guys want to ask more questions, feel free to. Yeah, Josh, how was the talk today?
Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
This is actually my first time talking, by the way, like and giving my own talk, so it's pretty
Wow.
exciting as well.
Didn't feel that way. You were very well prepared. You seem to be able to answer people's questions instantly and look up for like
I
more
didn't give the
information.
best answers to all of them, but hopefully the links that I provided
Yeah,
will help them.
you did provide them very quickly, so appreciate it.
Oh, Windows support is joining. Oh, Windows support.
Who is Windows support?
Windows support only shows up when I don't need them.
Yeah, to everyone staying. You can talk to Josh.
Right, you don't have to talk through Q&A, by the way. I think we're
Yeah.
all pretty
You can use Zoom chat.
alone here. You can just talk with your mic if you really want to.
Yeah. No.
Who here is not from SCC? Okay, we got Joey, we got Davina. Davina, are you from SCC? I can't recall. Okay, we've got.
Yes, we got Benjamin. The VS says hi.
Hello. Benjamin's here. The president, ex-president's here.
Just reached home not long ago. Still here for the support. Thank you.
Yes, Spanish GP's tomorrow. And Max is gonna win. Sorry, Leclerc.
F go. Red Bull for the win.
SDC F1 watch party. Right, I think we can close it up in 4 minutes. It's almost 9:30.
Yeah.
And
sure,
doesn't really look like anyone else has question.
for sure.
So yeah, again, last one. Thank you everyone for showing up tonight. And sticking around till 9:30.
Yeah, thank you, man, for spending your time preparing the slides and coming up with the question. I mean, the answers, everything. The fun activity for the talisman. Yeah. Thank you, Joey, for coming. See you, man.